Good evening and welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT and tonight we are live on iRacing for the Pagnian Imports Formula 4 Trophy. Tonight is round 2 and that will be seeing us over at Phoenix Raceway Road Course. So it's going to be some exciting racing in the Formula 4 tonight. Session details for Phoenix Raceway. We've got 10 minutes of practice. Qualifying is 10 minutes. There's a 40-minute race. Weather is generated for the series and then the time is set to morning for round 2. And then there is a 47% fuel cap for the Formula Fords, and that did see a 2-stop requirement. Last week it made it a little bit different at the more shorter course and less high speed track that is Phoenix Road Course. Our standings after round 1, we have Mark Cochran leading the championship, sitting on 246 points, and it's only 2 points ahead of Sam Catacasinos, and then Mick Clifton in P3. So plenty of opportunity for a lead change tonight. And last week, round 1 was Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. It was Mark Cochran that took the race win after qualifying in P3. Clifton ended up taking second, and Sam Catacasino in P3, also securing the fastest lap bonus points. And jumping over to check out the track for Phoenix International Raceway. The road course is 2.38 kilometers and there's 13 corners, and it is rather technical out there, and it's going to be a good one to see in the open wheelers as they are thrashing around this great little road course. If you're joining us for the stream, do jump in the chat, say hello, don't be shy. There's just under 3.5 minutes left to the open practice before they go over the 10 minutes of qualifying. And it may be a little bit more challenging to get in a qualifying time at Phoenix. It's just that a little bit more technical, less space to be able to move around. They had a fantastic run last week at Mosport. It's a great flowing open track. 12 cars gridding up. There was ample space for them to have some great battles. And a very short incident report as well. We've probably got a few fatigued drivers out there coming onto a Monday straight after a iRacing special event weekend, especially a big one like the Daytona 24. So for all drivers that were running had a great weekend doing it. And we did have a whole lot of fun running out over those 24 hours. And debut driver as well, we have John Fillingham. So welcome aboard, John. All the best of luck tonight in the debut race with our league. See, Veteran Gaming Australia logos on the car. Plays that. Been checking our streams for some time. It is an organisation that we love to get behind and support. They're a fantastic charity. Michael Stumbles, who debuted last week, he's having a great run on the race. Some bad luck getting caught, but then having some big comebacks still. And Clifton, I'm sure, will be pushing for another podium. He's really striving to be able to come out with that race win. Bunt having some great pace as well. Sam Catacasino's debuted last week as well. Showed big pace. And a pit lane penalty causing a 45-second stop and hold. Stripping the race win, but still able to be able to fight through and get back to a podium finish. So a phenomenal run in that Ray Formula Ford 1600. Now we are there. Kicking the drivers over into the qualifying now. And another debut driver, I believe, is Matthew Shanahan. It's good seeing newer names coming in. Great to see a mix-up of names on the standings as well. Cochrane, our series leader, is going to have to be really pushing for that qualifying time tonight. With a difference of only 2 points between himself and Sam Catacasinos. And there's points for the championship by qualifying position as well. We'll jump on board for a lap around shortly as well. Let's make our way down through the field. Philip Buckland. We got Sam Tucker. Oh, let's loose those cold tyres. Quick save of the car, avoids any damage, doesn't have to waste that qualifying time. Just keep the car moving, get those tyres up the temp. And Russell Gander. He's pushing the limits with fuel last week. Point where she's splattered out coming into the pits. So I think he got to about 22 minutes worth of fuel. Second McCauley. It's a real interesting pit exit here. Oh, it's a big slide for Ricky Bunt. And Steph goes down through the gravel of the car park. Oh, wheel contact at the turn in. Not sure who it was behind. I think it was Phil Buckland. Yeah, there's definitely got to be damage taken there. I'm going to be expecting to see around 102s, some real quick times from the drivers doing some practice beforehand, seeing some 101s before joining the league session. Shanahan in with a 2.6, 2.4 for Fillingham. We do have some paint showing up. We didn't have their paint showing last week. A couple of drivers, and that was Douglas Gowns and Sam Catacasinos. troubleshooting through the week. We managed to get that lap sorted so they can get their lovely paints showing on the stream. So glad that's displaying nicely. Oh, Mick, that's a bad slide. Destroyed that nose cone. But he's got pole position with a 102.1. He's coming onto his 4th lap. Stumbles again, showing some good pace. Oh, I think it was about P4 he set in round 1 and then moved up really quick towards the front end. I may have that incorrect, but I've set my data away from myself so I can't actually grab it at the moment. I'll try and grab it and I'll be able to check out some stats. Cochran's coming down into turn 1. A bit of trail brake, usually pretty nice here. This corner can really catch you off guard and go for a slide. That's where we saw Mick go. This corner here, usual driving line for bigger cars, would actually be to swing out very left before going for that other corner. Well, you'll probably do a couple. It's a very quick track. Doing a fantastic job throwing this car around. But it's a lot of fun here. Coming out onto the oval section. If they send the bank, this is going to be very crucial for some slipstream, but they're going to have to watch that aero wash. You can try and hug inside of that as much as you can. So this is where the aero wash is dangerous here. You can see Mark fighting with the car. The right hander here is hugging to the right. And stay wide as possible. A little bit too early. Absolutely throwing this car around. A bit of rear slip. You can see the pit entrance onto the left there, down below the yellow line. See that they're utilising good second bank here at Phoenix. Now pole position driver Sam Catacasinos, 101.822. Michael Stumbles of 1.944. Andrew Rushworth with a 2.147. It's our series leader, Mark Cochran, currently qualifying 5th with a 2.289. If he can't take pole, he's going to have to try and sit as close as possible to Sam. So he needs to try and grab P2, try and maintain a gap. That lead is already going to be taken just in qualifying alone. So things are looking fantastic here for Sam. Setting some phenomenal pace and having several positions. Well, now, there's only 2 spots now. And Sam can't do anything more than just try and maintain that pole here. No laps done. Hasn't got a time on the board. I wonder if there's some technical issues going on. If there's no technical issues. That is qualifying now done and dusted. Tucker goes for a slide after wrapping up the qualifying lap. So it's probably going to move us across pretty quick, being a short track. So then with that, we'll take a look at our qualifying results now as they use the last of that session's time to get some extra practice in before we go to the grids. And qualifying for Phoenix for round 2 of the Pagnian Imports Formula Ford Trophy, Sam Catacasinos takes pole position with a 101.434. And the rest of the grid will then be Michael Stumbles, Mark Cochran, Andrew Rushworth, Mick Lifton, Matthew Shanahan, John Fillingham, Ricky Bunt, Sam Tucker, Philip Buckland, Stephanie Piccoli, and Russell Gander, who unfortunately did not get a time on the board. There's not a whole lot of time difference out there between first to 11th. There is only 3.3 seconds, so that's going to be a pretty tight race that we're going into. So going to be fantastic to check out tonight. These guys are going to be doing a phenomenal show for us as they did last week. And there we go, perfect timing. Over we go. Oh, that's not the one I want. Going back into the qualifying results. Ready to grid up. We're just waiting on Shanahan, Rushworth and Catacasinos. We do have 50 seconds to be able to utilise, make those last changes and prep up. Has grid, just not getting in qualifying time. Shanahan's ready, just waiting on our pole driver now. He's got 20 seconds. He will be doing a pit lane start. It's not too bad if you do have to do that. You do pretty much enter straight in amongst race traffic, but you will be starting right at the rear for sure. But he's there. We're ready to go. Lights green and away we go for round 2 at Phoenix. Nice start for Catacasinos and gets that nice inside line. Too wide as they're trying to find some track positions back down through the field. He's going for a spin, doesn't look like any damage. Buckland as well. Not sure if the two may have come together or not. starting to pull away a bit from Stumbles. Fair bit of a gap. Forming up to P3 now. P3, 3 seconds away from the front now. Hawkins drop back. Bunt and Mick Clifton was side by side coming out onto the bank. Touch, tyre to tyre, Clifton goes around. To be lucky, no damage done. Like there may have been a little bit of drifting going out. So the corner is quick and the car does tend to understeer a bit. Maintaining that gap. Coley and buckling back out, but Coley gets loose in that corner. She just about stalled that. It's probably going to do some damage. Bursting up over that curb. Things are very low. Now behind Sam Tucker after the contact between himself and Bunt. And in P6, so it's 6 tenths. Catch the tail of Bunt. Shannon's gone off. Doesn't look like there's damage. I think it's just a slide through turns 1 and 2. He does want to just go out on those. That helps. Russell Gander now moving up into P7. Got Ricky Bunt starting to close in a bit. Bunt was only a tenth slower than the previous lap. Well, this lap he was 4 tenths quicker than Cochrane, so he's closed in. He was coming pretty hot. He had to lock that car up. Try and pull it up and not make a shunt with Cochrane. And Fillingham going for a move. Narrowly avoids incident. .7-second gap now for race leader. As he starts lap 5, sorry, lap 6 is finishing on lap 5. Hey, Simo. Let's have on the stream. It's unfortunate you couldn't make it tonight. No need to apologise. We'll miss seeing the Red Baron car out there tonight. Car looked great. There's going to be a tow for Shanahan. I think there may have even been some lag going on before, as I thought he'd already towed. Sam Tucker's also had to go for a tow. much and see what caused it. Oh, that's contact with Clifton. That's what's caused the issues for Fillingham as well. Sorry, not Fillingham, that's wrong. Driver is Shanahan. He makes contact as Chucker is spinning back across the track. That's rather unfortunate. Clifton not requiring a tow, but he's coming in to use a fast repair now. Oh, awesome. Simo, be good to see you on track next week then. Load of understeer there for Piccoli. Clifton having some bad luck, some wheel-to-wheel contact tonight. This is the second tap that he's had. Being as lucky in the second time around, unfortunately. Shouldn't be too long for a tow. The driver's now able to use that fast repair and get back underway. Clifton's grabbed his fuel, use that fast repair, back underway. See that pit exit. Rather risky it straight out onto the racing line on a rather quick corner still. Gap being put on by Raceway. Catacasinos now. His previous lap was seeing down to the qualifying times 101.645. Even Stumbles sitting in 2.4 for the previous. He's going to be losing out on that slipstream now. These cars really do benefit well from slipstream effect. Rushworth running well in P3. He's having a good fight for podium spot last week. Spin and damage. So the last lap, second last lap of last week's race. The gap to the two cars ahead. Closing quick on bunt before, and he's managed to get around those last few laps. Scrapes that wall. Could that be potentially some steering issues? It's going to be an off track likely as well. Just trying to push this car. Try and hold on to the gap. Catacasinos ahead. pace. Oh, it's a slide behind. Go Cazel's buckling. And Steph calling safety car. That safety car needed or to drive. Steph coming into the pits now. She's doing well. She's in chat and driving at the same time. Zeno's led for 11 laps now. And a wave around would be handy. There's probably a couple that'd be keen for safety car and a wave around. Rushworth has dropped down to P6. They rear loose. Let's let Cochrane move up into P3. Fillingham sitting back in the tow. Slowing Catacazino's down at this point. 4.5 second lead on the race. No connection issues, and it's just a couple of links at that. Looks like Steph sped in pits. Safety car, why not? Would make it interesting. Cochrane's got a fair gap. Try and chase down Stumbles. So Stumbles looking in a very safe spot at this point. Starting to get up to lap traffic. It's catching up to P10. Looks like Shanahan and Tucker has retired after the tow. They're definitely not in the car. Stumbles, gets around Piccoli. It's really a good spot to try and get around as well. On the high speed areas, ample space to get around. It's not going to slow him down too much. Casinos goes in the pits. I bet she was extra cautious going in pit entry this week. Stop and hold. Definitely cost him big time. So he stumbles, move into the lead. Not sure if it's going to be an early stop. Still opportunity. A few more laps in it before probably being forced for fuel. Stumbles comes in. Lap 16. Billingham also coming in. Casinos re-entered at P4 and 19.3 second wait in the box. It's a nice quick pit stop. It's Billingham. Grabbing fuel. 120.1. Yeah, making way back out on track now. Very long stop for Bunt. 60 seconds in the box. Assuming that's likely a speeding in pits penalty that's been applied. All the cars have been in for the splash of fuel. Sam reclaims race lead. With 20 and a half minutes left on the clock, just coming back out from the pits. Could very well be possible to try and get the car there without another stop. To see whether some conserving is going to go here if you can save a lap over these 20 minutes. Definitely take a few positions from doing so. The gap's extended. Race lead now at 11.2. Stop for Ricky Bunt. Russell Gander's been able to move up a spot as well. And also a nice little safety net behind of 11.5 seconds. approach to lap position 6 now. Blue flag's out for Ricky Bunt. He's gotten behind at a really good spot. Bunt moves over, excellent. Great driving outside that hairpin to let Catacasinos through quick. He's enjoying that slipstream, he's just trying to not get in the way. You can see that aero wash getting Bunt. It's really a few drips of sweat from Catacasinos as Bunt was heading alongside and started to slip a bit. Hey Ricky, how are ya? Definitely can use the TV1. Stumbles has 6 seconds, nearly over Cochrane. Oh jeez, Ricky. Oh, Cochrane slides. Quick recovery. That's going to be a spot loss to Fillingham easily here. Fillingham moves across a little bit more. Unsure whether Cochrane was going to be turning in or not. Good awareness there to make sure not being tangled up. You cannot go for a rub with these. You get lucky for a little bit of wheel to wheel, which we saw with Clifton earlier on with Bunt. Second time around, definitely was not lucky at all. It's a bigger gap forming now for Stumbles. A bit of space to allow for some pace drops, some minor errors. To the spin with Cochrane. Maintains that spot, but he's going to have to be working for it here with Fillingham right on his tail. Cam. Oh, and then Fillingham gets loose. A bit of breathing space for Cochrane now. That's unfortunate. Oh, some commentators curse there. Get the onboard. Goes for the spin. Great to see some good fighting there from Fillingham's perspective. He's lost 9 seconds from the spin. No damage, that's the main thing. Easily be another slip from Cochrane and ahead. Fillingham will be back in that position to have a crack at P3 spot. blisteringly quick laps from Catacasinos. Throwing this Formula Ford around. He's running like a dream out there for him. He's led for 23 laps. On lap 26. His previous lap time was a 201.812. Sorry, 101, I should say. His fastest lap, even then that one is a 0.805. His fastest lap of the race is a 1.563. Stumbles is starting to put in some very quick, consistent pace here as well. About a tenth quicker than a Casino's previous lap. He's only a tenth off on fastest lap time as well. As for the fastest lap times, the rest of the drivers then going into the 102s and then seeing 103s. So that's some very quick laps being done out there still. There's 11 minutes left to the race. We're on lap 28. Last lap, Carly. Struggling here at Phoenix. It's out in the gravel. Buckland in P9. It's currently 2 laps down. He's got a 4-lap gap ahead of Piccoli. Lefton still trying to recover those positions after 2 incidents. Unlap himself around Bunt here. Rookie time to brush off the overalls and get practicing to chase them down. I think you should. These things are a lot of fun to drive. They're not super quick. They are a lot of fun to throw around. They do handle great. They are very unforgiving at the same time as well. Rushworth coming in for a fuel stop, 9 minutes to go. Looks like he might have had a penalty before as well. That's probably what the extra gap is, a 59.9 second stop in the box. So there's no pit limiters on these cars. So they do just have to watch their speed of 48 k's once they're in the pits. You can't just hit that button and forget without having to watch the speed and keep the throttle down. You have to be just watching that speed over the entire time. Gearing up to do your pit detail. Checking the timings. There's a lot going on, so it's an easy mistake. Even with Sam Catacasino's spectacular pace driving last week, it's a tiny error like that can cost you a 45-second stop, top of your pit stop. think there's been too much fuel conserving going on. They're absolutely pushing these machines. And still seeing current lap times being set. The 101s, low 102s. Tim Cochran nearly breaking down into the 101s now. His previous lap, a 102.146. His fastest lap was a 102.105. Fillingham very close to breaking into the 101s for 0.043. Great line for turns 1 and 2 for Fillingham. Multiple line for turn 4 to shoot down through. It's definitely pushing to try and catch back up to Cochran. Fuel stop. Pagnian's all seen for a fuel stop. Very quick splash. It's like played extra caution. Those pit limits. Since he's one of the last boxes, there's too much risk of speeding in that short distance. So I don't think he'd have to come back in for another stop. It'd be worse than coming in too hot to the pits. He's actually leaving too hot. So you're going to have to come back for another journey down pit lane to serve that penalty. Second stop's done for Cochran. Longest stop for Stumbles, 33 seconds that last pit stop. It was running only 12 seconds behind race lead. So perhaps came in and they end up changing tyres. Because not long enough stop. The warranting have been held for a penalty. Come in for a quick splash of fuel. Should only take about 10 seconds or so. We've only 3.5 minutes left on the clock. It's only going to be 3 to 4 laps left to the race. On lap 34. Pagnian is looking in a very good spot to be able to take the series lead from round 2. This rate's looking like it's going to be a clean sweep for round 2. Got the fastest lap bonus points last week. He's currently got that set with a 101.5, so he's at least 1/10 quicker than the next one out there, which was Michael Stumbles. Came into round 2 with only a 2-point gap from the series lead of Mark Cochran. So grabbing those fastest lap bonus points. It's a little gap in qualifying, and then that race win's going to be a great way to be able to take that lead. Cochrane's going to have to hold on to P2. He's got a decent enough gap, about 8 seconds to Fillingham. So there's no chance of being able to catch Catacasinos unless he ends up getting stuck in an incident, flat traffic, or just a mistake. So Cochrane just really needs to focus on holding P2 just to try and keep as close a gap to him in the series standings as he can. Stumbles. Fillingham's looking well for P3 to be able to take a podium spot. Seconds left to the race. See white flag soon. It's all going to depend on where Catacasinos is. He crosses the control line, so this is a last lap. Intense battles behind the remaining spots. All drivers now just needing to take it steady for this final lap. Catacasinos on approach to the checkered flag. And the race win goes to Sam Catacasinos. Win cost him by a pit lane penalty last week, being stung in that second pit stop. He made sure definitely not to let that happen this week. Mark Cochrane still coming off a race win to take P2 in round 2. So well done to Mark. And John Fillingham in debut race claiming podium as well. Taking out P3 spot. Well done to John. Stumbles missing on that podium place. Potential P2 with that longer stop in the second time coming in. Very unlucky there for Stumbles. Hopefully come in a bit more luck for next week. He's just missed out on that podium last week and this week as well. Russell Gander in with P5, Ricky Bunt P6. Clifton in for P7. And Andrew Rushworth, Philip Buckland and Stephanie Piccoli. And then Sam crashing his car, having some fun with it at the end. take a look at those results now. 38 laps we saw here for round 2 of the Pagnian Imports Formula 4 Trophy at Phoenix International Raceway Road Course. And Sam Catacasinos takes out the win. That's also a clean sweep, taking the pole position and the fastest lap of the race as well. So big congratulations for Sam. Big comeback after missing out on that win last week. And then also on the podium is in P2 is Mark Cochran, and then P3 is John Fillingham, and the rest of our standings then Michael Stumbles, Russell Gander, Ricky Bunt, Mick Clifton, Andrew Rushworth, Philip Buckland, Stephanie Bacoli, Sam Tucker, and Matthew Shanahan. And Tucker and Shanahan did retire out after having to tow early on at about lap 5, I believe it was. So unfortunate for them there. And we'll jump over and see if our drivers are getting set up to come in and have a chat. Some drivers doing some burnouts as well. And congratulations, Sam. That's a clean sweep of the round, making up for last week.
Hello?
You there, Sam?
I am.
Yes.
Am I clear, or are you hearing a fan going?
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay,
Congratulations on a clean sweep of the round. You took the pole and the fastest lap as well as the win.
And 0x, I'm very proud of that one.
Look at that.
Very proud of that one.
And you're probably watching that pit speed limit as well coming in this week.
Did that bite a few of my fellow racers? I think it did, didn't it?
Yeah, there was a couple that got stung by the looks of it.
Yeah, I tried practicing it, and I learnt that when you come off that last part, and then climb on, I just don't have enough time to brake and slow down. So it feels worse to actually climb onto the inside of the yellow mid-turn, but pays off because you keep it low and you don't get the penalty. So that was good.
Yep, very good. And the car looked like it was pretty dialed in out there. You're getting some pretty quick times, getting down into the low 101s.
I was getting tired towards the end of the race. I had a big day with work, and I'm feeling tired. And then the last, I don't know, which lap was it? Towards the end, I did a pretty good time. Let me look. Second last lap, I did my fastest lap of the race.
Yeah,
101.510. So that was pretty good. This race, seriously, after race 1, I was after speed, of course, but consistency. Like, don't make silly mistakes. Don't run off in turn 1 and do what I did during practice, and that is have the rear come around and I skid out across the grass and up the oval and into the wall. Yeah, lap 1, not lap 1, turn 1 is the one part of the track that you just got to get right every lap, because just so many times in practice I would screw that up, and I ended up learning to not steer it into the corner with the wheel, but steer it into the corner with the throttle, and use the throttle to balance the car into and out of the corner, and that really worked, surprisingly.
Very tricky corner. You can really feel that rear just slipping out all the way through.
It wants to ruin you. It ruined me anyway.
Definitely caught a few off.
Yeah.
Well
Generally,
done.
it was very good. Thank you to all who saw me coming and were polite in letting me through. That was really nice. That was really good. Good situational awareness. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, that was good. They did very well. Congratulations. And well done, Mark. P2.
Thank you very much. Well done to Sam, well done to John for the win in 3rd place.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you. Ta.
Yes, he had a pretty good slide there, which caught
Yeah,
you off as well, Mark.
That was on purpose, just for the stream to get some excitement
Some
going.
excitement, yeah.
I thought the race was a bit boring, so I just thought I'd do that slide.
Yeah. And then we had John right on your tail going for it, and just when he was lined up for probably a good slingshot move, like coming out on the oval section, took a spin at the hairpin.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Bit
Oh,
too much
sorry.
curb, bloody got the better of me.
Yeah, it was
Oh, right. Okay.
starting the closing pretty quick, so I thought you would have had that for there until the spin. We even got on board. I thought I gave you the commentator's curse we usually have. You go for an on-board, and as soon as we do, they go for a spin, and it happens. So
It's always the way.
yeah, it always usually happens.
That is how it happens in this world, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's never going to stop either.
yeah, it was good debut race anyway. Some quick pace out there, and to come up and grab the podium as well.
Yeah, I like the track. The track is alright. I love oval racing here. But the road course is, for me, quite technical. That turn 1 is a masterclass. Like, that is the worst part of the track. And the rest of it is the slip angle of this car and trying to get the right entry and exit so you don't get too much wheel spin, too much scrub, and trying to keep that speed up mid-corner to try and get a good time. Yeah, and that last corner, that you turn left, heading onto the oval, trying to line that up so you get a good run down the straight. That's fun too.
Yeah, it is. That's what I think probably caught you off there, John.
Yeah.
You're lining up Mark pretty good in your sights for that. And it just grabbed
Yeah, I
you
think I got
a
a
bit.
bit fixated on him and just bloody too much throttle and trying to get going, and yeah, lifted a wheel up on the curb and around she went.
Oh, the last corner?
Yeah, the hairpin coming onto the back, onto the oval.
Yeah, it's nasty that when it locks onto the gutter. Oh, curbing.
That was fun though, very tough car and track combo, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is rather technical track for little cars, and I thought there would have been a little bit more wheel-to-wheel contact. There's a few that got stuck, but overall it was done pretty well, 'cause it's not as open and flowing as last week at Mosport.
No, Mosport way better. I like Mosport way better than this one.
Definitely, and then next week too will be pretty nice with Jose Carlos Pace, so it's going to be
Oh, Interlagos?
yeah, Interlagos.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
So it's going to be
from here to Interlagos, yes, please.
yep, big difference. So it'll be good seeing you get around in those as well. It's a good
I
fun
want
track.
to see what kind of gearing that would need. Probably need to give it to the tall gearing. Very tall gearing, maybe. I have to give it a go.
So it'll be interesting to see what you can pull out of the cars next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of a lot of slipstreaming at Interlagos. Such
it's gonna
long straights.
Even more crucial than these 2 rounds so far. So these cars just absolutely loved it. It's that slipstream too. It's good to see just how much speed it just starts to
yeah,
build
and
up.
these cars have like I don't know. It feels like inherently huge slip angles in the corners. So I want to see how this goes through the midsection, where you got a lot of midsection where you got a lot of huge sharp turns and mid turns, and trying to set the car up to make it go through really well. It'll be a fun one as well. Better, and I think it would be more enjoyable than this one. It's nice to be fast in this one, but I don't like this one.
Yeah, there's too much can go wrong really quick. That's the problem. It's great when you get that golden lap going through. But
Yes.
you just push it that little bit too much, and then it's going to come undone and be missing a wheel, or you might just get lucky and hit a bit of dirt. But
Well, that happened in quali. We were all aboard, and I think what was it, an outlet? And my first lap was poor, and my second lap was going to be good, but someone climbed the back of me, approaching the hairpin,
yes,
and the
did see that,
contact
yep.
ruined the wheel, and it discounted the lap and ruined the car. So back in the pits with a fresh car and out again. Second round, second stint was way better.
Yeah.
Nice gap in the pack and no one fighting, so that was good.
Yeah, trying to find that perfect spot to pull out in these shorter courses when it's a bit more tight. Makes that short qualifying so much more trickier. Unlike last week with motorsport, you can be out there doing a lap and not see anyone. So
Yes, very much so.
yeah, but congratulations, guys! It was great racing to watch out there. So and all the best of luck for round 3.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Catches. And there we have our podium drivers. Sam Catacazino is walking away with a clean sweep for round 2. So big congratulations on that achievement. And that will be a claim of the series lead as well. So do keep an eye out as we post our results and standings over the coming week. And then big congratulations to the rest of our podium with Mark Cochran in P2 and John Fillingham in P3. And then we will be back again next week. Usual time, 7:35 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And that will be round 3 at Interlagos. So it's going to be a great one to see. Bigger track, and it's going to be much more flowy for the drivers. But there is going to be some very technical and tricky sections to try and master as well. And then utilise that slipstream a fair bit more as well, so it's going to be phenomenal to see. So make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't done so already, so you'll be notified when we go live. And then I think we've just reached our 350 follower milestone, so thank you for the follow that we got during the stream. So great to see that milestone be reached, and then it'll be good to see if we can start pushing towards our next 10 as well. So thank you to all our followers and our viewers tuning in tonight, and I hope to be able to see you again next week. See you later.